Matt Sharp from Sharp Property Buyers on the Central Coast. Welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you on.
G'day, Trent. Thanks so much, mate. Happy to be here, and beautiful backdrop here at the Terrigal Haven. Outside, out of the rain at the moment. So, doing well. Let's hope we last the interview.
You've done well. I'm very jealous. I'm stuck in the office. But let's talk COVID, and I guess post-COVID, lots of things have changed. A lot of people, they don't have to, come into the office anymore. They don't have to be located close to the office. They can be a little bit further away because they are working from home. Has that, accelerated people's interest for that sea change and, interest in Central Coast property and buying property on the Central Coast?
Mate, absolutely. There's been a huge increase in buyer inquiry up here, no doubt about it. We've always had that element of people that commute to Sydney, on a 5-day basis. But now, because of COVID, it's just fast forward and fast track the opportunity to be able to work from home. A lot of people now work obviously remotely, whether you live in Sydney or live on the Central Coast. And because of the beautiful area that we live in here and the affordability, there is an opportunity now to actually live here on the Central Coast and maybe only commute down to Sydney, part-time, 1 day a week, a couple of days a fortnight. I know organisations and companies now are far more flexible than what they were in the future. So, I think it's great things ahead for the Central Coast market as a whole.
And I guess, what are the main drivers there? Is it just that sea change? Is it lifestyle, or does affordability come into it as well? It's just cheaper, a little bit cheaper anyway than if you're based in Sydney, to be purchasing something in Central Coast than to Sydney. What are the drivers?
Yeah, mate, I think it's all three of those things. Without a doubt, affordability. We're probably talking, the Central Coast on average, is probably. You probably get twice as much for your money than what you would in Sydney. Lifestyle, you're close to the beach. It's more of a relaxed lifestyle here, no doubt about it. And I just think the sense of community as well. I think the sense of community, all the local sports, the local surfing, the surf clubs, all of that sort of stuff, they're huge factors. And on the back of COVID, I think people are just much more aware now of your health, right? Not just whether or not you're going to become sick with COVID, but, am I in a job that I absolutely love? Am I doing absolutely everything I can for my health? I think all of those things collectively are creating a bit of a huge interest up here on the coast.
And let's say I had $1 million and I put $1 million into, I'm deciding I've got $1 million I want to put in Central Coast, or I'm going to put it into Sydney. I mean, in Sydney, you might get a nice one bed, it depends where you buy, right? Might be a nice 1-bedroom blue chip suburb for about $1 million. But what would $1 million get me on the Central Coast? Kind of paint the picture for me.
Yeah, mate. Well, depending on the suburb, of course, but generally speaking, $1 million is probably going to get you something, 3 or 4 bed, freestanding family home, 2-bath, double garage, walking distance to the water or short drive to the water, no traffic. For me, I grew up here. I love the area. It's an absolute no-brainer. And if you need to commute to Sydney, or you need to be in Sydney, look, you're only an hour and a half away tops. So I think, for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. And, it's interesting that you mentioned that $1 million mark, because that's, it's probably the typical area that I see. A lot of my clients and a lot of people in the area, maybe they're a growing family in Sydney and they're thinking, obviously we've outgrown the studio apartment or the 2-bedroom apartment. We need to look for an alternative, and the Central Coast is that alternative. It's a perfect mix. And, without being super affordable, you still get a lot of money, a lot of bang for your buck, no doubt.
And I guess just on demographics, like you mentioned before, that more buyer inquiries or more, buyers are starting to move up for that kind of sea change. Is it young couples, young families, early 30s or late 20s? Is that the bulk of people kind of wanting to move up, or is it, more of your baby boomers into your 50s?
Mate, it's a very, very interesting question, and it's extremely diverse. I'm seeing everything from first home buyers coming up to the Central Coast to young professionals with young families, all the way through to the baby boomers that are looking to cash out in Sydney. Maybe they've got a lot of money, or, a lot of money tied up in their property in Sydney. Maybe they want to, liquidate down there, buy something suitable up here, and then also put some money away for retirement, or maybe they're in retirement and want to share their wealth throughout the family. But hugely diverse, which is what's great about the community, right? It's not one size fits all. It's fantastic.
And did you want to mention any notable buys over the last kind of couple of weeks or last kind of couple of months? Something of interest to people that might be watching.
Yeah, mate, there's been a couple. We've had a couple just this week, some first home buyer purchases, which were, they were fantastic results for our clients. It's extremely competitive up here in the first home buyer market. Upwards of 90 to 100 people going to any one open. So, 30 to 40 groups, which is enormous. And also another baby boomer couple relocated from Sydney, managed to get a beautiful place just shy of $1 million, walking distance to the water glimpses. They're absolutely ecstatic. They cashed in on their property, relocated to the area, and they've still got family in Sydney, so they'll just travel down when they need to. So it's perfect.
And Matt, contact details. How do I get in contact with you if I am looking for that sea change and Central Coast is on my hit list? How do I get in contact with you?
Mate, I'm on all the socials, Sharp Property Buyers, also sharpproperty.com.au. Reach out to me anytime. All my details are on there. Flick me an email. Happy to answer any questions for anyone that's looking to move to this beautiful area.
Matt Sharp, it's always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining the series with Soho.
Thanks so much, Trent. Good to catch up, mate. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you want to check out more, visit sohoapp.com, or if you're looking at adding your properties into Soho and connecting your CRM, check out the links in the description below.